forever ago with Jim Bob.
Yeah. Okay. How did they structure it? How did that go?
I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I just know that one of them, Jim Bob, ended up in a diaper in front of the Alamo because he lost.
Jim Bob was a sport. Excellent. Bro, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, what?
The Rangers?
Oh,
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
I mean, just Little League bullshit.
That's exactly what it was. I went back. I didn't get to see that game, like I said, but you told me about it. I didn't watch it the other night. I went back today and watched it and was just...
Well, it happened 2 days in a row. The day before they lost on a walk-off in the ninth because a grounder rolled up Tavares' arm in center field.
Yeah.
And the tying run scored, and then a play later, the winning run scored.
Well, it's interesting.
They can't hit the ball and they can't catch the ball. It's bad baseball in Arlington right now.
You called it Little League, and so did Carton on the morning show that I watched. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It looked like a Little League home run.
That's exactly what it was. That is exactly what it was. Well, I think we should get kicked off, man.
Let's get going with daBudz.
Welcome back for another episode
of daBudz.
daBudz.
So, man, forever, I've always felt like baseball players have the most fun in the dugout, right? Like, looks like they always have a better time in the dugout than maybe a football player on the sideline, basketball player on the bench. Going back to the 80s, 90s, I think we even did the 70s with the hot foot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But this new thing I've been seeing is players doing gender reveals in the middle of a game.
You were telling me about this. Yeah.
So the first example, Stephen Kwan, right,
Okay.
of the Guardians,
Yeah.
came up to bat, immediately called timeout, stepped out of the box, pulled a pink wristband out of his back pocket, put it on, and so that was to signify that teammate David Fry was going to be having a girl. So David Fry went to Stephen and said, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And so that's how David and his wife and the family found out the gender of their unborn child. And then in Philadelphia, we had a similar situation where Trey Turner got a text in the middle of the game of what the gender of Bryce Harper's unborn baby was going to be.
Okay.
And then on Harper's next at bat, Turner presented him with a blue bat. So he went out on the field with his blue bat and took that bat with it. And that's how him and his wife was in the stands. And the camera panned to her just jumping and cheering when she saw the blue bat.
That's actually kind of cool.
It is cool. It is cool.
Cool.
It's a fun little thing that I've been seeing lately, and I like that. I like that I haven't seen any of the old heads come out against it. A lot of people want to take all the fun out of sports. Yeah. And no, it's been fun to watch.
How did he do on that at bat when he got the blue bat?
I think he struck out.
Yeah.
I really don't remember. But it's just been fun to see with both those things. With everything else that maybe people will say was wrong with the game. It's good to see a little fun in it because it is still a kid's game. Yeah.
And it should be, we should be having fun with sports. We should be competitive.
And I think it's translating too because I saw a stat today that attendance is up this year so far, right? We're still early in the season. Attendance is up. Attendance was up last year as well. So this is the first 2-year span where attendance has been up in baseball since 2011 and 2012.
Yeah.
So I think some of that translates to the fans too. And there's some exciting teams out there. If you're not watching baseball right now, maybe you don't have a team. If you have access to MLB TV, jump on the Brewers bandwagon. They manufacture runs, they steal, they hit and run, they bunt, and it's just a fun brand of baseball. Young players. It reminds me a lot of like the 2011 Rangers.
Okay, yeah.
That type of team, led by Christian Yelich, who's awesome.
And just having a good time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having a good time with it.
So yeah, so if you're wanting to get into the game, maybe you don't watch baseball a whole lot, and you need a team, I suggest the Milwaukee Brewers. They probably have the coolest logo in all the sports anyway, and then are just a good, fun, young team. So we should do that one day. Draft out best sports logos, because I think the Brewers' old school logo with that glove is one of the top ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So, did you watch your boy LeBron? I don't know if you guys watched our show last week, over the weekend, our draft reaction show.
And he just can't get the fuck over.
Scott almost came out of his pants when I said LeBron's not a GOAT.
No. That happened the exact opposite. That happened the exact opposite.
But he's my GOAT.
You got your panties in a wad when I said he was top 2. and you just threw a temper tantrum about it.
The temper tantrum,
that
like the one LeBron threw last night?
Yeah, he threw a big temper tantrum. Look, I didn't say I like the guy.
Coach don't do that.
I didn't say I like the guy. I'm just saying his stats back it up. But no, he, I mean, let's be real. He's being a little bitch about it. Like, I mean, you've gotten almost every single call just being a superstar, you know? And then you're going to get bent out of shape when they send you to the line 14 times and then you don't get the call.
Yeah, he had 14 free throw attempts in the first half. That was a career high for him.
That's crazy.
They were literally, anytime anybody got close to him in the first half, they were calling a foul. That's what kept the Lakers close in that game. It's what kept them in the game, really.
Right.
LeBron played great, but then at the end, that was clearly a foul. Whenever I thought the ball
100%.
on the other play, it was clearly a foul. And then we finally got to see that through the Hawkeye camera view. And that's the first time the league brought that out. And I did think it was kind of funny that the first time they brought it out, it kind of fucked LeBron.
Well, I'm assuming that's why they brought it out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be something that they've used. Like, whenever we see the officials go over for the video replay, they're not getting the same replays we are. They're getting some of the same, but they have their own, I guess, camera angles, and that's what they've been using for a while.
Yeah.
But it was funny to see it go that way. And now the Lakers are sitting down 3-1.
Yeah, they're not coming back from that. What I was seeing something earlier, they were saying
I
it's
bet
like
they
a
could
4.5% chance. So apparently LeBron did this once. I can't remember what year.
Down 3-1.
Yeah, that I saw. Somebody showed a grid on one of the shows I was watching today.
Wasn't it in the finals against OKC or no? No, OKC did that.
I'll have to go back and find it. Yeah, they were saying so he did it once and it was about a 4.5% chance he's going to do it again.
Now.
Oh yeah. Well, unfortunately, we can't see you.
Yeah, but no, they're done. Even if they come back and win this round, they're not moving past the second round. So they're done. Golden State's probably done too because I don't think Curry can still carry that team without Butler. And if Butler doesn't come back and play, Golden State's probably out as well.
I think that's fair.
So
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, and if you look on our board here, our NBA expert predicted Cavs championship and Cavs OKC finals, and we're still on pace for that. So we are still good in the first round matchup, and so
he actually did really well with his picks.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens from here.
Should we remind him that we forgot to get the other pick, the Rookie of the Year?
Yeah. He also here's his award winners, and he nailed most of them. He also had Castle winning the Rookie of the Year. And we didn't put it up and give him credit for it. So it's a little butthurt.
He'll be all right. We're giving him credit for it now.
Yeah.
Don't cry about it. If you're watching, don't cry about it. It'll be okay.
Did you see the Mel Kiper Jr. crash out during the draft?
This guy. Yeah.
So
all the time.
I nominate Mel for this week's scumbag / crybaby of the year.
So for those who don't know, let's give scumbag of the year. We are each week picking a scumbag who we just think really represents the idea of being a scumbag in sports.
They could be a crybaby, they could be douchey, they could be a lot of different things.
So let's give you a couple examples, right?
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy, DeVries, Draymond Green, and now Mel Kiper.
Yeah, so Mel Kiper said that the NFL has been evaluating quarterback talent and player talent wrong for 50 years. And so I jumped online today to look back at some of Mel Kiper's hot takes. This is the same guy that criticized the Falcons for trading up to draft Julio Jones. This is the same man that said David Carr was going to be the next Troy Aikman. Yeah, he's still 3 Super Bowls behind him.
Still 3 now.
He said he would quit his job as a draft analyst. Sorry, I can't talk on a sudden. If Jimmy Clausen was not an all-pro.
Should we hold him on to that?
Yeah.
Should we just start pinging him?
My favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite. Oh, it gets better. Jamarcus Russell, the next John Elway.
Yeah.
Maybe the biggest bust of all time. Yeah.
No, that didn't age well at all.
He was hooked on the purple drink.
The purple drink. Yeah. No, I thought that was a very interesting flame out. And I mean, for who it was, and I know what he was getting at. I know what he was trying to say about the league, and I completely disagree with him. This wasn't about race. This wasn't about sending a message. This was
No.
Shador isn't that.
Shador wasn't a first round talent.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I thought he was second, third round talent. I did not see him fall into the fifth. But here's the thing: when you're drafting a quarterback later, you're drafting a backup, right? And it's you don't want your backup to get all the attention like that. You know, that causes friction.
Right.
And so really it just matters, is it worth it? Like I think Tim Tebow is a great example. Tebow probably could have stuck around the league for a few more years. But nobody wants all the spotlight on their backup quarterback.
Right.
You know, when's the backup going to get to play? When's the backup going to get to play? That undermines the starter. It undermines the team. It causes division in the locker room.
Yeah.
And so the circus that comes along with Shador, I think, scared teams off in the second and third round.
Yeah.
And that's what ultimately caused the fall. If you guys were watching on Saturday, I think we posted it on Sunday, but Saturday we recorded a show, and we were actually recording right as Shador got drafted.
Yeah.
So we got our immediate reaction at that time. And looking back on that conversation, if you're a team that has 5 quarterbacks, and your 5 quarterbacks are Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickens, Joe Flacco, like 46-year-old Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shador Sanders, do you really have any quarterbacks?
No.
Like
you have quarterback competition.
Yeah.
That's all you have. Yeah. You know, the interesting thing about Shador for me was that they kept trying to feed us this idea that he was an accurate passer and that he had arm strength.
He's an accurate passer when everything's perfect.
When everything's perfect.
When the protection holds
That's
out.
right. Not when he's on the move.
He has a pretty deep ball. Like it looks pretty, but there's a lot of air in there because he doesn't have great arm strength.
He doesn't have the arm strength. So he's got to air it out.
And he has poor decision making. Like there's a lot he needs to work on now. I will say this, right? I think
so just quickly, Red, that was kind of the point that I was making, was that they're trying to feed us more of a line about what he is, and not acknowledging what he
actually is.
Yeah.
I got you. I will say this though. I think right now, if you look at the 2 products, I think Dylan Gabriel right now is a better all-around quarterback than Shador Sanders, but I think Sanders has more upside.
Yeah.
Right? So if Sanders is in a good spot where somebody can work with him and correct some of those warts, right? Then there's upside there. And so getting him in the 5th round is great value. The problem is the organization that did it. Like how many quarterbacks have they fumbled on? You know, there's the same organization that gave up on Baker for the Raper, right? And then you look at everything before that, Weed and Clausen.
Right.
Just so many.
I'm going to look something up.
Yeah.
I want to see who the quarterback coach is for the Cleveland Browns. Bill Musgrave. Yeah, Bill Musgrave was promoted from senior offensive assistant to...
Is he a long-time NFL assistant? Been around the block?
Yeah, he's been around the block. I've heard his name for a while. Let's see. Would you research on the fly? I don't know if y'all noticed that. Because we don't have researchers who participate anymore. You guys left us. Thanks, by the way. All right, so he was a player. He played football for the University of Oregon. And he was drafted by the Cowboys, 4th round in 91. Coaching career, over 2 decades of experience in the NFL and in college. He was offensive coordinator and quarterback coach several times for Minnesota, Atlanta, Denver. He developed quarterbacks like... Notably, he helped develop quarterbacks like Matt Ryan and Derek Carr during their Pro Bowl seasons. Current role, 2025, he's going to be the quarterback coach for the Cleveland Browns. So look, I mean, his flag, his claim to fame is Derek Carr and Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan had some great seasons.
Matt Ryan had some great seasons.
Matty Ice.
Matt Ryan had some great seasons. So he's been around the block. He understands what is required of him. Maybe he can. Maybe he can develop somebody in this room. Like I said, they just don't have a good track record.
No, they've got an old man that, to his credit, just wins games, right? And Flacco. But everything else there, we don't really know what Kenny Pickett's going to be. He was a first rounder we see this a lot now, where teams after just a year or two will give up on a first round quarterback. Where in the past I felt like you let them develop a little bit more, and we've seen guys that happened to have some success in their second or third team. right? Baker in Tampa Bay, Sam Darnold last year in Minnesota. I think Baker's more entrenched in Tampa than Sam, right? Because he's joining another new team this year.
Yep.
And so we'll see what happens there. But so there's still maybe hope with Kenny Pickett, possibly.
Yeah,
and
we'll
you don't
see.
know what's going to happen with Shador and Gabriel.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting.
I think I like Dylan Gabriel the best. And this is coming from a guy that used to dog cuss him when he played at OU. With some of his decision making or lack thereof. But then we got Jackson Arnold, and then I realized how great we had it. So yeah.
Yeah, that was the big thing about Dylan Gabriel, and it's going to continue to be a problem, is his decision making. Mm-hmm. He tries to force things, he runs when he shouldn't. Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see. He used to like to throw into double and triple coverage.
Yep.
He thought he was...
he trusts his receivers to try to make a play. But yeah, so it's not a great situation there at all. And we'll see what happens. It should be interesting to watch. Is there any official word on who's got Hard Knocks this year?
Ooh,
if it's Cleveland, that would be pretty fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's got to be.
It's either got to be Cleveland or Pittsburgh if they sign Rodgers.
They haven't initially announced it for the season.
I vote Cleveland.
But the teams that are likely are Falcons, Panthers, and Seahawks, or the Titans.
Titans would be interesting to you.
Titans would be very interesting. With Cam Ward. I think you're right, though. I would really like to see Cleveland.
Yeah.
After we saw New York absolutely publicly flame out on the decision to get rid of Saquon Barkley. That was hilarious to watch.
A lot of people are mad at your guy Saquon right now. The internet's a little upset with him.
I didn't see this.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles. Well, the Eagles met with the president today, and a lot of the Eagles did not go on the trip. Jalen Hurts did.
Oh, yeah.
All the African-American Eagles didn't go on the trip, right? But Saquon not only went on the trip, went a day early and just hung out one-on-one with Trump yesterday.
Really?
They played golf. They did press conferences together.
Yeah.
They were just running around town together, just hanging out like buddies. It was actually kind of cool to see.
That is kind of cool to see.
Anybody that's upset
he
at
loves
it,
football.
I'll say to them same thing. I criticized the Rangers in 2023 because a lot of the Rangers refused to go meet Joe Biden. And my thing is, I don't give a damn what your politics are. If you have the opportunity to meet the president, you take it.
You go meet the president.
You don't necessarily have to respect the man, but respect the office.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah. I know that's probably maybe a controversial statement in this day and age, right? Where you're just supposed to hate everybody that doesn't agree with you. But, fuck them.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Exactly. All right, so we have decided we're going to make the Kentucky Derby a little fun, right? We're going to get you our official Derby bet out by Friday. But what we're going to do today is we've both done some research. There's horses we both like. So we're going to do a little draft. Just alternate. Jolly's going to pick. I'm going to pick. And we're each going to pick 3 horses. And then we'll just take the 3 horses finish and average it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And whoever has the better finish will win. Now, the loser is going to get punished. So we got this wheel right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take submissions from you guys. And
how should we be punished?
It could be, the one chip thing. It could be getting antique, or we just, chunk some flour in each other's face.
It could be a diaper from the Alamo.
Yeah, could be. We may put Jolly on the exercise bike for 20 minutes.
No,
all the things can happen. So, you guys let us know, and
on the wheel.
We will make that happen.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that idea.
Yeah.
It's going to be a blast.
I think it's going to be fun.
If we, we get to put some punishments up there as well.
Oh, yes. So we're going to take several of the best ones there, some of the ones we come up with. And it could be anything. Maybe I'll prepare a statement that you have to read live on TikTok or something that makes you really bad.
Oh, man.
Kind of the SNL bit.
Yeah. The stand-up idea was pretty good,
too.
Yeah.
Send somebody to LOL Comedy Club.
Yeah.
For open mic night.
But we have to show up unlike some we know.
Yeah. So,
go ahead.
You're up first. You're up first, sir.
I'm up first. Well, I want to take Citizen Bull.
Citizen Bull?
Yeah, he's got an absolutely fantastic track record. The trainer.
What number is he?
Number 1.
No, I don't even have him written down. He's not even in my
He's a long shot.
Top 9.
He's a long shot.
Who's his trainer?
What was his name? No.
Are you on the Daily Racing Form website?
Jockey. Bob Baffert. Bob Baffert.
Bob Baffert, yeah, that's the second Baffert horse. He's actually got a more highly liked horse in the race as well.
Mm-hmm. So he's, I mean, just from what I was saying, he's got
4 as a Baffert horse, too, Rodriguez.
He's got 6 derbies with different horses.
So Baffert does.
Yeah. As a trainer, he's quite prolific.
Hall of Fame trainer, yeah.
He would have 7 if it weren't for the fact that one got disqualified.
Yeah, and then he got suspended for a couple of years. And I think this is his first or second year back. He's a known cheater as well. My dad would be mad at me for saying that. But yeah, he dopes his horses up.
So I'm going with a long shot right off the bat.
All right. So, Scott, right, you're taking the number 1 horse.
Number 1 horse. You got that marker? You put it right there. I'm blind as a bat.
All right. I'm going to take Journalism. He's got in his last race, he had a 102 Beyer speed rating. He won the Santa Anita Derby. Michael McCarthy horse, Umberto Raspelia.
We decided we're just
jockey.
Numbers.
Put the full name on there if you want. Is the jockey and Journalism. He's the fastest horse in the race, and so I'm going to go with my first pick. I'm going to go with Speed.
Speed. I like that. There we go. Because where are we sticking this up?
I just put mine right there. We'll clean it up.
Yeah, we'll clean it up. Yeah, let's move.
All right. Who's your second pick?
Con permiso. Let's see here. My second pick was Grande.
Grande. That's a Todd Fletcher horse with Jose Velasquez on him. So Grande's interesting. He had a bad trip in the Wood Memorial. And was, I think, the favorite going into that race. Went right wide. It didn't work out in his favor. Mm-hmm. But supposedly his workouts have been incredible recently. He's actually trying to join a pretty rare group. So this is only his 4th time ever he's raced. And only a handful of horses have ever won the Derby in their 4th start. Yeah. And it's some of the best horses ever. Big Brown, Justified.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good pick there with Grande.
He's also got John Velasquez, who's running him. He's a 3-time winner as a jockey. So that's looking pretty good. And he seems to have a pretty good pedigree. Sired by Curlin, who 2-time winner of the 2-time horse of the year. So, yeah, he's got
a lot of Curlin's children have done really well in stakes races.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So, let's get Grande up there.
Yeah. Oh, and then I was jumping the gun here. I'm going with Rodriguez, the number 4 horse. He's the other Baffert horse, and I would say the better Baffert horse, in my opinion. He's also got Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith on him. He's a front runner. He's going to want to set the pace, just like he did in the Wood Memorial. Okay. And so he's going to be up there in the front, probably kind of dictating how fast this race is going.
Gotcha.
Him and Journalism both. So I'm taking a lot of speed to start off here. And so we got the number 4.
We're going to clean up this board.
Rodriguez.
Outstanding. And we're doing 3 horses?
Yeah.
Okay. Sovereignty will be my 3rd.
Good pick.
I'm a fan.
He's got a 92 Beyer speed rating in his last race. Bill Matt is his trainer, and Junior Alvarado is his jockey. He finished 2nd in the Florida Derby.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so number 1, everybody should know, I know very little about this. This guy and his family know quite a bit more about horse racing, but I'm getting up to par. So this for me is really a lot of shots in the dark. So when I say this, I don't know much about that jockey at all.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know a lot about him either. My dad follows that a lot closer than I do. We should have had him here for this.
Oh, man, we can get some takes from him.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's also got Bill Mott, who Hall of Fame trainer.
Yeah, great trainer.
Yeah, so I feel pretty good about that as well. His pedigree looks really strong. There's my 3rd pick.
I'm kind of torn on my 3rd pick between 2 horses here. Number 13, Publisher, and number 17, Sandman. And it's kind of funny because they're being ridden by brothers.
Oh, that's kind
of by the Ortiz brothers. I'm going to go with Sandman. He won the Arkansas Classic. He's number 17, won the Arkansas Classic. Has Jose Ortiz on him, and 99 Beyer speed rating. and he's more of a closer. So with this horse, you're going to look for him to sit kind of towards the back for most of the race. And then he'll make his move late, and he kind of saves his energy for later in the race. And this race being as long as it is, 1.25 miles, it tends to bode well for closers and kind of plotters, guys that sit back a little bit, right? And that's what the other one that I was looking at was he kind of sits more middle of the pack. Okay. Instead of trying to come all the way from the back. But Sandman has the speed to do it.
Do you know the length of the last race he won?
Not off the top of my head. I had it on my phone, and I've got that for the live. But he won the series. His last race was the Arkansas Derby. Mm-hmm. So I believe the Arkansas Derby is 1 mile and 1/16. I want to say.
Okay. Let's see. So I just, after all these years, I can't get over the fact that it's spelled Arkansas.
Yeah.
1 mile and 1/8. That's correct. 9 furlong.
Yeah, and so he closed in that. So this one's a little bit longer, but he's got the pedigree to get this. So this is going to be the longest race that any of these horses have ever run. Okay. None of them have done 2 turns yet. So yeah, I like Sandman there. What we'll do is we'll get an official ticket out and put it on X at daBudz2000. That's also where you can see all of our daily baseball picks. We're actually gambling against the robots. So we got AI, a combination of Copilot, Chat GPT, and what was the other one? Grok, that are picking games against us. And currently, I tweeted out the record right now. Currently, we're like 4 games over 500. And that was after a 1 in 5 day over the weekend. So, had a rough weekend. I actually didn't put out any picks yesterday because I wasn't feeling great. Didn't want to do the research. But I ended up betting a couple games.
You get honesty.
Yeah, I ended up betting a couple games to hit them all. Yeah. And then I couldn't even go rank about it because I didn't put them out ahead of time. So, but we get those picks out to you, so check X for that. Also, usually try to get a TikTok video up with the picks as well, and usually some reasoning behind them. And I know I was losing my first game today when we came in here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Mets were beating the Nats. And honestly, I didn't have a real good read on that game. I was slightly leading towards Washington. And then Chat GPT picked Mets. And I was like, fuck it. I'll go the other way. And it looked like that was a mistake.
Looks like that was a mistake.
But we also got the under. The Rangers are averaging like 3 runs a game. They've got literally the worst offense in baseball right now. Yeah. And they somehow set the over-under in that game at 9 runs today against Oakland. After scoring, after losing 2 out of 3 to San Francisco. This is how bad their offense is. They lost 2 out of 3 games to San Francisco over the weekend, and they only gave up 6 runs in the whole series. They only gave up 6 runs. So they gave up an average of 2 runs a game and lost 2 of them motherfuckers. That's just, they're just not hitting the ball. Other than Wyatt Langford. Langford's hitting the ball really well. Seager was starting to, and then he got hurt on the injured list. Josh Young is all right. He's starting to come around. But like Jock Peterson is batting like .065. He's got like 2 hits on the season. That's ridiculous. And I try not to criticize Boach too much. I do think he's the greatest manager in the history of the game. I really firmly do. And I think the numbers back that up. But how the fuck are you going to have a guy that's batting .036 and you bat him 4th every game? And you watch Tavares fumble balls in center field every game. And it's not like he's hitting the ball to justify the bad defense. You leave them both in the lineup. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And
what is it we're seeing?
And they've only won like 2 or 3 games on the road. Yeah. They've been pretty dominant at home, which is why they're above 500. But yeah, it's just been...
What is it we're seeing there? Because we've had several seasons where, so to be fair, we've had several seasons with ups and downs. Yeah. And this could be a down.
Yeah, right? It's a long year.
But why do you think that we're seeing that right now?
I don't know. I don't know why they're not hitting. Yeah. Yeah, I just, and he's messed with the lineup. He's moved Simeon down in the order, moved Berger up, and it's just not working. And then that thing yesterday.
First to third.
So yesterday, they are tied in the bottom of the 9th against San Francisco. The Giants batter, I forget who it was, hits a dribbler back to the left side of the mound. The pitcher barehands it and throws it away. Berger takes forever and a damn day to get to the ball. The runner was jogging to second and Berger still hadn't gotten to the ball to pick it up. So the coach waved him on to third.
Right.
So at this point, Berger gets the ball, thinks he has a play at third, makes a bad throw to third. The runner ends up scoring. It was a walk-off Little League homer error fest.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
you're absolutely right.
ridiculous.
It's the kind of thing that you would see in Little League. I mean, that's a perfect description of it. And when you looked at it, both of them, so Berger got caught behind, right?
Yeah.
He knew he was slow, and then they sent him, and then he tried to recover. But the pitcher, he didn't take the chance to take a step. He had the opportunity to set and make that
Yeah,
throw.
I mean, it was a pretty bang play, but I think you're right. He had a chance.
He had a chance
take
to
a step and throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just tried to do it all.
But, like, I've been down on him all year. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like Luke Olson as our closer. I know it's supposed to be kind of closer by committee type deal with Chris Martin. And, yeah, I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing right now.
How could you be?
So, but to your point earlier, it's a long season.
Yeah.
They're, what, about 30-ish games in?
Yeah, I think so. Something like this.
130 to go.
Yeah.
It's hard, right? We allow our sports teams to dictate our moods. Like, I was so pissed off last night. If I wouldn't have been a little bit hungover still, I would have made a really angry good time.
and then right about the time you got over it, I had just watched it.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, dude, I just saw that play. It ruined your day.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I want to go back and watch some more highlights from, I say highlights, but I want to see more of the plays over the last several games. I just haven't had an opportunity to. Last week was pretty rough for me. So, but I need to get caught up on my sports for sure.
Yeah, and with the Rangers Network, that Victory app, they have all the games like archived on there. So you can watch old ones and shit. You can.
I didn't realize they archived them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day. So that's a cool little deal for if you are a Rangers fan. I think it's $100 for the season. You can get the Victory Plus app and get, I think that it's about 150 of the games that you end up getting. They have a couple of national televised games. That's what Saturdays was.
And Apple picked up a couple as well.
Yeah, that's one of the national televised packages.
Okay, gotcha.
So the Apple's got the Friday Night Baseball.
Okay.
And then TBS has a game of the week that they do on Max or TBS. And then Fox has like a Saturday game.
Yeah.
And then ESPN does Sunday Night Baseball for this year. And that's done. Baseball told them to fuck themselves. So.
Yeah.
Baseball, ESPN is bent over backwards to kiss the ass of every sport, and baseball's the sport they've had on their network for the longest. And they stopped having Baseball Tonight. It used to be a nightly show on SportsCenter.
Yeah.
There was a TikTok that one of the SportsCenter anchors did where he walked onto the old Baseball Tonight set, and it's a fucking storage closet now. It's ridiculous. And so the league just did not like the way ESPN was covering their product. And then I think ESPN even wanted baseball to take like a pay cut in this next rights negotiation.
Really?
And Commissioner Rob Manfred said, "No thanks. We'll just take our product elsewhere."
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
we'll see what happens with that. I look for honestly Apple to probably get a bigger package of baseball games next
Do
year.
you think Netflix will pick up any?
They
I mean,
might.
they're trying to do more live stuff.
They might. They are trying to do more live stuff. They've got the football games now.
They
around
failed at it a
Christmas.
couple of times.
Yeah, but I mean their football coverage wasn't bad, and I've been watching Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and that's live every Monday.
That's a good point.
It's been good.
Yeah.
What else? So there's a
that's
couple
all
of things. I watched. What was it when Joe Rogan did his thing here?
Yeah.
It was live on Netflix, and I watched it. And it went off without anything.
Okay.
It was just that Tyson Paul fight.
Man, that's Tyson
Because
Paul
they have
fight
about
was
a
rough.
billion people watching
Yeah,
at
yeah.
once, and it destroyed their servers.
Yeah, that was rough.
But yeah, I think by Friday we'll get picks up on X. We'll give you exacta and trifecta bets on X for the Derby. We may even get you a little Kentucky Oaks, Kentucky Derby daily double pick as well.
I like it.
So we'll get that up for you. You got anything else for the peeps?
Guys, I owe everybody some stuff from the race car. We've been putting that
Oh
together.
yeah, racing updates.
Yeah, my intention was to get some stuff out last week. Again, last week did not go well, but we are still making progress. The Workmans, they actually had a race last week. Mixed results, but I'm targeting the June 18th race.
June 18th, we're still on target.
Yeah, that's what I'm targeting. My first practice lap should be coming up here soon. This week, I have to spend more time in the shop, but the car is largely ready. The only thing that we're really waiting on are some small components, and then we're going to hold off on the wrap first. So we will be doing a vinyl wrap on it. Got a great scheme for it. I'm looking forward to everybody seeing that. But we're going to hold off on that because I'm going to wreck it. It is what it is. No point in spending the money and then tearing up the brand new vinyl. But I've got some videos coming up for you this week. We're going to put some stuff together about the process. Lately, we've been doing a lot with the tires, making them ready for the track. There's actually a lot of interesting steps that you might not think about when you're looking at that. So we're going to do a little segment, Wheels with Workmen. You guys will love it. And then for the next race, we're going to get some GoPros out on the cars. So these guys are going to be taking them around the course. We're going to have GoPros in the front, back, and some underneath, so that we can catch all kinds of really cool views. So I'm looking forward to getting that on the next race as well. This stuff is coming. We're going to get it there.
Yeah, when Jolly has his first race, so any of you that are local, we're in San Antonio, come join us at the track that day.
Come on.
We'll have maybe some t-shirts, stuff to give away. Come drink a beer with me while we watch Jolly wreck.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a blast. I'm gonna be out there playing bumper cars while everybody else is playing racing.
Hell yeah. Dude, I want to do a demolition derby.
Dude, they have them once a year out there.
Oh, really?
There should be one coming up. I will ask.
Yeah.
I will see if they're going to organize that.
Yeah.
So
I'd have to find a car, but
the I-35 Speedway is under our I-37 Speedway. Sorry, is a relatively new group that are running it. So we'll have to go and we'll have to see if they're still going to do that. But I will reach out to my folks, and if not, maybe we can get one organized.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it for me, guys.
All right. daBudz. Just remember, you're only a parlay away from being okay.
Thanks, Nuggets.